Everybody, I'd like to begin today's meeting by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land in which we are gathered and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to the City Infrastructure Committee meeting of the, what's the date today?
The 16th of May.
That's the spirit, 16th of May. I declare this meeting open at 9:41 a.m. I'd like to advise attendees in the room that this meeting is being webcast and audio recorded. We do have a leave of absence that was done in the last City Governance Committee from Councillor Bradley, and I note that Councillor Karansky is on Teams. So thanks very much. There's no need to record anything there. Do we have, referring to declarations of conflicts of interest, do any councillors wish to declare a conflict of interest against any of reports in today's agenda? There being none, thank you very much. We'll move on to the first report. The first report is item 5.1. It's Capital Roadworks Drainage Program Quarterly Report, January to March 2023. Mr. Darryl Riley has the con, so thanks very much, Mr. Riley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The quarterly report is an update on the Capital Roads and Drainage Program. I'll take the report as read. There's a brief presentation attached to that. It is the same format as we've had all the way through. I'll just run through and talk to a couple of the higher items, if you will indulge me. So far this year, our capital delivery has gone very well. As noted in the presentation, as at the end of March, the overall capital delivery on roads and drainage was at 93.9 million, which was in front of our year-to-date target of 78. Our overall target for the year is at 111 million total, and I can say that as at the end of April, we actually have those figures to hand now, which weren't to hand at the time when we actually produced the report. We're at 107 million total against the yearly total of about 111. At this time when we wrote the report, I was expecting that our overall delivery for the year is probably going to be somewhere around 120. I expect we will be a bit further north of that as well. Having said that, rainy days do slow us down a little bit, so we see a bit of that at the moment. Probably in regards to the team and their efforts in regards to that, historically, our greatest capital delivery on record was 97 million previously, so is the first time that we've actually topped 100 million delivery in a year. Within this year, we've actually topped $10 million delivery multiple times in a month. So in Council's history, we've had now 8 months where we've topped more than $10 million in delivery in a given month. 6 of those 8 have actually been in this financial year. So there's been considerable effort by the team to get us to where we are. That expenditure's been over our capital construction and our rehab expenditure. As at the end of March, the majority of our rehab work was actually already complete, so our work on overlays and spray seals and the likes really slow into the last quarter, and the majority of the work which will come on from now has been actually the bigger construction work, and that's across multiple fronts and projects that we have. So probably touching on the biggest projects that we actually have going on at the moment, which will be contributing significantly to our outcomes. Logan Lee Road, University Drive to Pacific Motorway is well underway now, which people will have seen. Chambers Flat Road between Munroom and Chambers and Mount Lindesay Highway. Kelly Street Master Drainage is in full flight and has been since around March. Sorry, I have jumped ahead. Mundulin, down around Mundulin is in full flight as well. The 2 master drainage projects we have down in Eagleby at the moment, Cowper Avenue and Kelly Street, which are adjacent to each other, are both progressing well, and our upgrades to local streets in Jimboomba. As of last Friday, the bridge for the Gunningai Cycleway project, which will actually create the link from Logan Central out to the V1 once completed in conjunction with the Pacific Highway, was lifted into place. So that's the major part of that infrastructure, and it'll be the residual connections to that which we continue to work on. Stegman Road has been progressed by our RCM branch and is well progressed as well. Looking forward, just to give some degree of comfort that it's not only the work that we've done, but also the work that's still coming for us in the program. As we can see on the board there in the arrows at the bottom, we have $135 million worth of work which is already awarded under contract for us to deliver, which is committed for us effectively as at the end of March. We had $20 million in projects that are in pre-construction activities for us to award, and we have about $340 million which is in the detailed design process, which will flow to construction for us shortly. There's a list there which the councillors can refer to on the projects which we can see upcoming for start. A couple of them have actually started since this report was put together, Tully Bridge being an example. That's all the information I have on the quarterly report, but I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks very much. Councillor Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Daryl, if I could please, could I just get an update from the officers with regards to the Cowper Avenue?
Daryl.
Madam Chair.
You're happy to facilitate that?
I am.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions from any other councillors?
Was that on Cowper or Cowper and Kelly was probably the only
Let's go
question I
both.
wanted to ask. Yeah, we could do both.
Yes. Do you want a drink of water? Any other questions, Councillor Murphy? That's okay.
Me, so sorry. Just with that Cowper Avenue, Daryl, I just want some updates with the Giants and the community centre. Thank you.
Councillor Kransky, you've got no questions there? Okay. So there being no further questions, can I have a mover for the report, please? Mr Mayor, thank you very much. A seconder? Councillor Heremyah, all those in favour? I note that Councillor Murphy's hand is up. Councillor Kransky's up. That's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to item 5.2, which is a proposed acquisition of land in Logan Reserve through early acquisition application. This is Mr Riley. You're up again. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
This is a confidential report. If councillors would like to... There is no desire to move into... Councillor Raven has expressed a desire to move into confidential. Councillor Stamp is a seconder. Can I please have a show of hands? All those in favour of moving into confidential. That has been carried with the exception of Councillor Heremyah and Councillor Bannon. How do you... And the Mayor. Mr Mayor, how do you vote?
Against.
Councillor Heremyah?
Against.
Councillor Bannon?
Against. The divisional councillor feels we don't need to go in, so I'm not sure where we are.
Thank you very much. Councillor Kransky, I didn't swivel around. Were you a for?
I'm for. If the councillors have questions, I'm really happy to hear them.
Thanks very much. So I've just got to get my little script together to move into confidential. I note that this item 5.2 is a confidential report. Yep, the motion has been carried. The meeting is now closed to the public. Please be advised that the meeting is now in confidential session and therefore the live streaming of this meeting will be suspended until the meeting reopens. Councillors, please note that we are now in closed session. adoption, and the live stream has recommenced. Thank you very much. There is a motion on the board. I'd ask everyone to read it, and can I have a mover for the motion when you're ready? Mr. Mayor is moving the motion. Do we have a seconder for the motion? Councillor Fraser has seconded the motion. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That's been carried with the exception of Councillor Raven. How did you vote?
Abstain.
Councillor Heremiah?
Against.
Who else didn't have their hand up? It was me. I'll be abstaining from the vote. Thank you. So that's carried. All right, so that ends our reports for today. Does anyone have any business for the Manager of Roads? Does anyone have any general business for the Director of Roads? None? Okay, that being said, thank you very much. The meeting's closed at 10:23 a.m. Have a good day.